This was easily my best game of all time. I just wanted to share it with anyone. If I sent this video to you, I wanted to share it with you. So we're just going to watch the replay here, and I'm going to give my commentary as we go. So as you can see, I was playing tier 7 as one of my all-time favorite tanks, the Chi-Ri. Loaded in with the game of all 7s, actually, which is very interesting. As you can see here, I had just this light tank right here next to me, and then everyone else was over at the other spawn. Also, for some reason, the opening took forever, so we're gonna skip through this a little bit. There we go. So we finally got to move on here, and then so the first thing I did is me and this light drove over to base A, and the rest of my team, I think I wasn't really paying attention, but they mostly went over to B and C. So the light went ahead and he went up and around over in that direction, and I came over here. We spotted someone there, so I knew people were going to be coming down right there, and then immediately after we spotted these guys. So I went ahead and started taking shots at this guy, even though I didn't have a great shot. Figured I might as well use some shots. And if you look up here, you can actually see my team is already dying. There goes my first teammate. He's already gone right out the gate. But the great thing about the Chi-Ri, as you can tell, is I have 3 shots, and they actually do decent damage and penetration, which is the nice thing about the Japanese mediums is they're kind of glass cannons. They don't have much armor, but they really can kind of tear enemies apart if you get a good shot on them. So after I killed that guy, I went forward, and at this point, my teammates have done pretty much nothing at all. And you can actually see if you look on the map over here that there's one heavy AFK at spawn. So I think these guys were actually focused really heavily on the Bulldog, which if you look at the map, you can see he's right over there. Yeah, right over there. That guy. Oh, that's not a Bulldog. LTTR, the other light who came down with me. And also this guy, I don't really know what he was on, but he like would not look at me. So I got a bunch of free shots before, and then again right here. And at this point, you can see we've lost now 2 more and there goes 3 teammates from up top. So we're down to only 3 teammates left, me and the 2 down in this valley. So the entire enemy team is coming down, and the only people who have died are the 2 that I killed. So now in a second here, that guy's going to die. I do manage to take out this guy very nicely, but that Black Prince is done for because he thinks he's invincible. And you'll notice that although it seems like we have 3 teammates left, one of them is actually that AFK Tiger. So at this point, it's literally just me. Because the Black Prince just died. And what's crazy is we're not even like that far into the fight. Like it hasn't been very long, but at this point I realized that it was just me. And that's where I took my first hit, was right there, and I actually got hit twice. And I realized if I stayed here, they were going to flank me. So I put on the juice and backed up because I know all these tanks have a long reload. And I was expecting to take another hit here, but none of them even fired. I'm guessing because they had a bad angle, and the Chi-Ri is actually decently heavily armored on the front, so they didn't want to waste the shot. So I backed all the way up. I was just kind of backing up blind, hoping to get another shot off. My plan was to kind of get around the ship. I got some nice shots on the Panther there. I don't know why, honestly, she didn't fire. I think partially because the German's sort of scope takes forever to zoom in. He did get a shot there, but it bounced, did not penetrate. So I killed that guy there, and now I actually was starting to have a little hope because I was down to only 3 opponents left. So I went ahead and used the terrain to my advantage here by staying in the low ground where they weren't able to hit me. And what was really neat here, I kind of felt, I can't even lie, I mean, he did take out my track there. That was a good shot. I was really worried about the KV3 that was looping around. That was what I was worried about, because these guys were kind of bozos. They were literally whiffing every shot. You can see that guy's pretty much, the VK is 2 hits and the Tiger is 1. So at this point, I made sure to line up my shot really carefully, and I took it, killed him, but because the KV was there and I didn't know where the VK was, I went ahead and shot on the KV, which was a mistake because it didn't even penetrate. And I took another shot from the VK here as a result, but I was able to take him out, although it took all 3 shots. So the KV3 was coming up the hill here, and I could tell that I wasn't going to be able to penetrate his armor. I thought I could go around here, and oh, I forgot, yeah, I got some good shots in right here. I damaged like every module he owns. Unfortunately, his turret turned to slow, otherwise he would have just straight up killed me there. Part of the problem is the KV3 does a ton of damage, insane damage. Not great pierce though. So I tried to use the sort of bounce tech to get him to misfire, but then he started to drive. So I thought I'd be able to hit him in the tail and get the kill, but unfortunately he was sneakier than I was, and he got the shot off first. So I did end up dying, but you can see over here that I ended up doing a total of 6,000 damage, which was insane. And the KV3 is actually very slow. So if we even the game match isn't over yet because of our AFK Tiger, which you can see actually the timer is running out here. And so although the Tiger died, the timer ran out at the exact moment and the game ended in a draw. So in a way, I kind of did win, and as you can see, I did a total of 6,000 damage, destroyed 6 tanks, damaged every tank, and got the my second Ace Tanker badge on the Chi-Ri. So yeah, it was just a super insane game. I felt like him when I was dancing around taking out those Panthers and they couldn't hit me because of the way the hill was positioned. I don't know why they didn't just rush me and surround me, because they totally could have done that. Maybe they were afraid because of my 3 shots, but you can see my teammates were literal potatoes. The only person who did even close to anything was this Black Prince, and it was a bot. In fact, almost every player in this entire lobby was a bot, with the exception of this guy was maybe not a bot, but I'm actually tempted to say that it was, especially since he didn't give me anything back. I actually think that this entire team was bots, and the only other real person was the AFK Tiger. But, you know, it was still pretty epic. It's sad that the enemy bots were stronger than the friendly bots, but I mostly made up for it, I think. So, yeah, thanks for watching.